Hello, everyone. Um, my comments on networking would be that I think digital networking, um, especially when it comes to LinkedIn and other programs like that, are very good. But I don't think anything uh, gives you the leg up and the experience than face to face personal engagement with a potential employer. No one can talk about you as well as you can. No one can sell yourself as well as you can. So as long as you're aptly trained and you've been accredited the proper way, I think it's best to do face to face. Although, and when it comes to networking, as the text says, there are other ways of doing networking face to face. Now, of course, we're in the era of COVID right now, so there wouldn't be a lot of opportunities for you to do it in that way. But the conferences and learning different positions that may be applicable to your area of expertise or interest are always good approaches to finding employment because, of course, passion, I think, would be number one. What do you have passion for? For instance, if I was to pick a specific area, it would probably be addiction, mental health, simply because I've had a sibling that has had issues and struggles in that area. So I would, that's a passion of mine to want to see people beat addiction. With that being the case, it would be more of a purpose for me than just securing a job. And a lot of times we get focused on securing a job more so than uh, uh, building foundations for a career, especially a professional career. Um, there are different types of disciplines, as the text says, addiction counseling, career counseling, clinical and mental health counseling, family counseling, marriage counseling. Just find your niche, I think, is important. And once you find your niche and get some expertise in those specific areas, um, I think it's important to have a certain level of training uh, that addresses certain situations. And when you do that, you can present yourself in a better way. Um, Sometimes I think we forget about the personal element of seeking employment, where we forget that a face-to-face interaction with a potential employer rather, can be advantageous to us, and we should never forget that. That's a way of helping secure employment um, in your profession. Um, when it comes to networking aspects, I think something unique to counseling is the fact that we have to be accredited. And so, finding key people in accreditation programs or associations that give accreditation, and um, pulling information from them as far as areas of interest, employment opportunities. That's something that's unique to, I think, counseling. Also, making sure that we, just as educators do, have to present themselves in a professional way when it comes to your networking online, your resume, um, making sure that you don't have anything online, especially on your social medias, that can be questioned as unprofessional. Keep everything at a certain level of professionalism. Um, these are all, I think, very important aspects of finding employment. As it has been said, and I think Judy said it along with someone else that posted, said, that's something that a potential employer does is go online and look at your social media accounts. Um, I know I have a background in education, and one of the things that we were told from early on is don't even do social media because many educators have gotten in trouble and bit the dust in their careers because of networking on social media. So, LinkedIn, I would not describe that as much as social media as I would a professional digital avenue towards putting yourself out there. Facebook, it's a different story. You know, the reputation of Facebook alone um, stands for itself when it comes to people advertising or using that as a platform for finding employment. Sometimes we just have to um, not do what's become commonplace because everything that's commonplace is not conducive to the goals and objectives we have set. So I just think keeping it professional, keeping it, being vigilant, selling yourself for the specific areas that you know that you want to pursue in counseling, highlighting those areas that you know that you've been sufficiently trained in. Um, be confident in yourself and just making sure that you realize that everyone that you interact with um, can be a possible help in your career and don't discount anyone just because you feel like they can't help you because that could be the main person that can help you. Okay?